Sage and Derp reporting for duty, sir, ma'am. You. So welcome to my day in a life vlog, where I'm going to be sharing with you what it's like for the day in the life as somebody that is a psychic medium, astrologer, witch, literally whatever you want to refer to it as, because I personally don't like to label it, but in broadest of terms, an energy worker, somebody that works with energy, reads energy, and helps people get clarity and heal their energy, basically. Which there are so many methods to do that, and I use a lot of different methods, so you get my drift here. But basically, we are just gonna go with the flow today, because honestly, that's how I do my life pretty much every day. I have to really be intuitively guided throughout everything that I do, because my energy matters. I mean, I do energy work for a living, so obviously if my own energy space isn't doing well, I can't really do my job. So as you saw from all the things I did this morning, I spent a lot of me time first thing in the morning, just making sure that I'm doing good and that I feel like my space, my environment, and of course myself and my mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, all of it is taken care of before I even think about trying to work. Because truly, what good is it gonna do if I can't fucking see clearly through my own bullshit? And if we're being honest, I think that kind of goes for life in general, not just people that do energy work or psychics, but I digress. This is about me today. So I already completed my morning meditation when I was in the shower, because if you haven't tried that shit, it feels so great. It's just so cleansing, yet so grounding at the same time. Like, dude, meditating in the shower, gotta do it. But I think it's time for some breakfast. I think I might hang out for a little bit longer before I check into my Instagram, just to see if I have any messages replied to or any readings to do, which I really don't promote this that much anymore. But if you are interested in getting a reading done from me, I do offer that straight through my Instagram, or if you want to use my business email, you can do that as well, I guess. But yeah, I do something as simple as answering like a question you have on like metaphysics, astrology, or your life in general, to actual full life path readings using like your current transits and the energy that you're working with right now and where that's going to take you. So honestly, if that's something you're interested in, hit up my Instagram, check it out. I've quite literally never got a bad testimonial, so if that counts for anything, might as well just hit up my Instagram and get a reading from me. I'll link down below, of course. So I made a cinnamon raisin bagel with some cream cheese on it, nothing special, but I am currently just reading today's transits and just trying to get a feel for astrology. This is how I learned, by just referencing the energy I'm feeling every day, and yeah, just putting it together with what I see on here. So super fun. So Mr. Pierre reminded me of something I was going to share with you guys, because I wasn't sure if I would like actually catch this kind of moment on camera. I wanted to share with you guys how I get kind of like intuitive insights, which basically act as catalysts for my Instagram account in talking about astrology and the different signs the way I do. So the other day I actually posted one about Gemini and Scorpio, and it was kind of funny how it even came into my brain. And that was because it was this little dog who happens to be a Gemini sun, Scorpio moon. Look at, she knows I'm talking about her. She's like, give me rubs if you're gonna talk. Oh, you're so cute. Oh my goodness. But anyways, we were gonna take her on a WALK. Told her that we were gonna go do that, and she just started jumping around like crazy, and it was just hilarious because we weren't ready to leave yet, but I had the door open, so she was running back and forth on the threshold, and it just cracked me up because I was like, oh, that's like really funny that she's just like bouncing back and forth on the threshold. And for whatever reason, in my head, I just thought of Gemini sun and Scorpio moon. And I've noticed that this has happened a lot lately since I've started studying astrology and learning the language of astrology. I found that my intuition actually speaks to me in like astrological configurations, if that's what you want to call it. So basically, I was able to take meaning out of something that I was perceiving because I had an intuitive nudge that it was portraying a different energy that I could explain in different words, if that makes sense. So, I mean, yeah, it was something really simple as watching, you know, Sadie just jump back and forth on the threshold, but it gave me, I mean, this whole thread, as you can see right here, about Gemini and Scorpio, which is really accurate, actually. I got really good feedback. So yeah, I wanted to share that because that's really a big part of my day-to-day in life. I don't work a 9 to 5. I don't have set hours or really a lot of set things that I do throughout the day. I mean, I have different projects that I work on at different times, you know, like my videos, my Patreon, my Twitter threads, my readings, you know, etc. But those all come and go, and I just acknowledge, you know, what's showing up when I need to work on it, and I work on it when it shows up. But I think that's kind of the key to being able to, I I don't know, be your own boss and really do any kind of energy work and psychic work in general, honestly. I mean, it's all kind of one and the same because it requires you to use your intuition. It requires you to be guided by something higher than yourself. And, you know, there might be some feedback on if that's actually the case or not. I feel like people that actually end up living their dreams and doing, you know, things in their life that they're proud of are people that actually are led by something else. Whether you view that as God, the universe, your higher self, your inner self, you know, it doesn't matter. It's all just kind of showing you something and you can take it or leave it, honestly. Me again, you guys always see me when I'm just literally straight chilling, like always, I don't know, I probably look like a lazy bum to you guys because I just love being cozy. You don't have your moon in the second house and not love being cozy, so I digress. But yeah, so just got done doing some stuff on the pad, and I have some books back there that I've been reading. Oh, look at my little scarecrow, guys. They're so cute. But yeah, so I have some studying I could be doing in a minute. Honestly, I think I'm going to like meditate or something because it's like 11:30 and I've been up since like 7. So I think I'm gonna let my brain rest for a second. Honestly, I think the biggest thing about doing energy work is just staying in flow, and like right now I can feel kind of like pressure around my head, which shows that like I've taken in a lot of information that I probably need to digest a little bit, energy and whatnot. And meditation is literally pretty much the only way to do that, honestly. So yeah, good night, I guess. So part of what I like to do every day to strengthen my psychic abilities or just kind of work on my energy reading in general, being able to read the energy of tarot cards, and even more so I have this astro deck. So on top of the astrology report that I looked at earlier and the current planetary positions that I was studying earlier, now I can also apply the tarot energies and the meditation that I just had and kind of combine all of those to really figure out what certain energies mean and how they show up. For example, today, 5th house passion came up, and I can tell you right now that with the new moon we had today, my 5th house has actually been heavily activated by a trine that we have with this new moon, which would be a conjunction of the sun and the moon, which we also have the moon right here. So I don't know, kind of a funny way to look at things. These little synchronicities are actually a really, really big deal if you are doing any kind of energy work or psychic work or whatever, witchy work in general. So thought I would share it with you guys. If you're interested in learning more about how to use tarot cards specifically, or metaphysics and divination in general, I actually teach this kind of stuff, doing full live readings and whatnot on my Patreon account, so make sure you check that out. If you want to learn more about my specific methods and literally how I do this in my brain and how it looks for me and whatnot, you know what? It's worth pointing out because these days are just great to have. I am having one of those days where I could literally just sit on my couch, do nothing, and smile about it. Because I'm just happy to be alive today. And like I said, I think this has a lot to do with the Virgo new moon because it has rejuvenated me in every way possible, because yesterday, I did not feel like this. And I was going to mention that when I was over there doing my tarot reading, is not every day am I up to do tarot reading. Not every day am I up to doing energy work in general. Like some days I genuinely only have to focus on myself and self-care and grounding and going outside and exercising or hanging out with my friends. Like those are just as important of a priority as everything else that I'm doing. But you know, you do it based on your energy levels. And I am feeling super freaking good today. So this isn't like a depression vlog like you've seen in the past from me. This is more like, I don't know, I feel good. I feel really happy and inspired, and this is the days that I normally have the best psychic ability because you're high vibration, as they call it. You can tell it's no bullshit. You can feel my energy right now. You can tell that I'm coming from a place that is pretty pure to just a person and being alive and this beingness and consciousness that I talk a lot about. And I think that is an interesting radar that I feel like you have with your psychic abilities. I mean, we all kind of have it to a degree, but it's just about how you develop it. But you can totally vibe check people, circumstances, and most importantly, yourself, so you can see where you're coming from. And from there, you can actually see what kind of benefit you can give to society that day, or, you know, benefit to yourself if that's more important. It's all an ebb and flow. Little partner in crime is just like so sweet. She's just napping her life away today. Yep. Looks like Yoda, or like a little Ewok or something. Really quickly also, while my food is heating up right now in the air fryer, I just wanted to elaborate on my point of what I said when I was looking at my tarot cards about how when you notice the little synchronicities, like how they're a really big deal. I mean, that's all about like your awareness, basically. Like that's why I stress why just having self-awareness in general, but awareness in general is like so important. Like mindfulness, meditation is what gets you there. But, you know, awareness is a tool, like the best tool that you have to your disposal. And if you're not familiar with like what awareness is in general, it's like your ability to perceive and observe your environment and really take notice of patterns and just reoccurring things. Because a lot of time in life, actually probably everywhere in life, things move in patterns. Like, yeah, you have some things that happen sporadically, but even things that are sporadic may show patterns in them. And that's interesting because that's a lot of what you find in energy work is understanding and valuing patterns, because those act as signs, as omens to, you know, show you something that, you know, if you're not really paying attention or giving value to those little signs and omens, you might miss it. And then when it happens, you'll be surprised. But when you have the awareness of, you know, the significance that things can hold, you start to open up to other possibilities, other opportunities, other thoughts too, because, you know, once again, things work in patterns and in cycles, and your thought patterns are just like that. That's why a lot of people can't tap into their psychic abilities, because they're in this constant thought loop all the time. So they're just spewing and projecting, you know, their own ego back to themselves. So it's kind of funny, but like I said, everybody has their ability to build their awareness, to expand their awareness, their consciousness, and to be able to perceive energy in a way that can be helpful to you, like reading tarot cards or, you know, other acts of self-discovery, and just, I don't know, just really seeing the meaning in life in general, and then also understanding the value that comes in seeing meaning in things, if that makes sense. But I think my food might be ready. I love the duality that is me, like literally going from talking super deep about awareness and consciousness to being like, oh my God, my fried pickles are done. Like, I hate it. So after I ate lunch, I felt the need to take a bubble bath, which I happily did that. And then I got inspired by some tunes and just felt the need to make some muffins because, I don't know, I just kind of felt like wifey material and putting it to good use apparently. So that's where we are. Do you ever do something and you're just like, why did I just do that? Like, what prompted me to do that thing that I just did? And my example for this is I just went to check on my muffins and I stuck my hand in the oven and just, let me show you. I just go and tap a muffin and like it wasn't done, but like, first of all, risky. Second of all, why did I do that? Like, I don't know. I do some things like that all the time and I'm just like, you're gonna get burnt, bitch. What are you doing? Yes, they should be done any second now. I actually just woke up from a nap because, I don't know, I just started feeling a little drained and like I needed to restore my energy. I actually ended up meditating again, and this time it was a lot more insightful and just kind of like, I don't know, in my meditations I like connect a lot of dots, so I come out of them feeling a little bit more tired sometimes, so that's kind of why I went back for round 2 just now. But I feel great. I'm actually about to sit down and watch Gabby's new podcast. And yeah, eat one of these muffins. I actually think we're gonna go out golfing later, so I will be reading and studying while I'm out on the golf course because I can't golf for shit. And that's on having 2 eye surgeries, baby. Hell yeah. Ta-da! Not the prettiest thing you've ever seen in your whole life, but they probably are delicious. I can't even guarantee that either, but they are blueberry lemon and they're like protein packed, so yeah, I don't know, they look yummy.